We are Blackmore. We are Minnesota.
Yeah, let's turn two. There's one. There's another. Did he catch that? What a play by Alexi Casilla to end the game. They play a brand of baseball that has become known as the Twins way, a phrase now symbolic with playing hard, never quitting, and doing things right. Got him! What a throw from Michael Kadire. Those qualities pertain to the way the Twins organization conducts itself both on the field and off. Their success between the lines is publicized on a daily basis. It is gone! A 3-run home run for Jason Koval. Behind the scenes, they're big winners in the community, where their fan-friendly and socially impactful behavior has made them heroes to an entire region.
You win the day.
You get all the way to Candyland, to Candy Castle.
Tonight, as we follow a Twins team that is again in the heat of a pennant race, we'll shine a spotlight on their substantial charitable efforts throughout Twins territory.
Oh, yeah. It's a good right fielder.
It's a special commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball. Next on Fox Sports North.
Target Field in downtown Minneapolis for Game 2 of the series between the Twins and the Athletics tonight. And it's a special night of Twins baseball here on Fox Sports North. I'm Anthony LePanta, and we are proud to bring you tonight's game commercial-free as we celebrate the Twins' efforts in the community all throughout Twins territory. We'll be talking much more about how the Twins impact baseball fans at all levels from all ages all throughout the upper Midwest. We'll show you how the players are involved in many of these events and discuss the impact of the Twins Community Fund. We are joined by the Executive Director of Public Affairs in the Twins Community Fund for the Minnesota Twins, Kevin Smith. And Kevin, the Twins very active in the community in many ways, but one of the main focuses is the Twins Community Fund.
Well, that's right, Anthony. First and foremost, we are so thrilled to have a television partner that will devote 3 hours to what the Twins do in our community. There's a lot, and we are very happy to be partnered with you to talk about that over the course of the ball game tonight. The Community Fund is the charitable giving piece of our team. The Twins do a lot of stuff, and the Community Fund, as a nonprofit, does even more. We're going to highlight that tonight as we go through the ball game.
All throughout the history of the Twins Community Fund, one of the big challenges is always raising funds. And this year, you've had the added boost from corporate partners.
There's no question about that. Over the years, Twins Fest and the Autograph Party have been our main sources of revenue for the fund. But now, you see, we've got these wonderful corporate cornerstone partners that have kicked in significant dollars. Their philanthropic ability to help us financially will help us help thousands more kids across Twins territory.
All throughout the night tonight, we'll be showcasing how the Twins and many of their players are active in the community. Here's an idea of what you'll see throughout the game tonight.
First and foremost, the kids. I mean, that's what we're all here for, and that's what we're doing. And then it's the volunteers, and it's the people that dedicate their time to give these kids an opportunity that they wouldn't be able to have unless this organization, unless this was formed. And to be able to go out there and give your time requires a lot of special people.
I had a little cousin who was born with autism, so I was very well connected with autism since I've been in high school. It's just a great cause. The kids want to hug and be a part of it, and one day they'll be human beings, be grown-ups and get human beings like everybody else and be a part of society like everybody else.
You smiling? You get all the way to Candyland, to Candy Castle.
See, you could have way better than me do. You see that? Yeah, that looks a lot better than what I did, doesn't it?
People care about them, We like to try to treat all our fans, and just because they're disabled doesn't mean they can't have fun out here playing sports and everything. They got a lot of sports going on. They can have just as much fun as we can.
They take a lot of pride in wearing Cougs Kids on their shoulders. That's really special to them. There's a lot of kids that maybe wouldn't be able to be a part of this if it weren't for Jason.
Oh, yeah. He's a good right fielder. Show Kadire a thing or two out there, huh? It's so fun to see the excitement, the kids have, and even going through very tough times. They're come out here and they're excited just to be able to come out and play a little game of wiffle ball. You remember how fortunate you are to be able to make a small difference in someone's day. It's a pretty good feeling.
The Minnesota Twins, as good as it gets in terms of their efforts in the community. And I know that's something the organization from the top down takes a lot of pride in. But the support you get from your players is remarkable.
There's no question about that. We are blessed with a clubhouse full of players who not only get it, they do it because they want to, and they do it for the right reasons. We don't have to prod these guys to get out there in the community and look at the smiles on those kids' faces and look at the dollars that Jason Kubel raised so these T-ball kids could play that might never have a chance. Just two examples of our great guys in the clubhouse who know what to do out in the community, and we really respect them for that.
We'll be talking much more about what all these players and the organization does away from the field all throughout the night tonight. Dick Bramer, Bert Blyleven will be focusing their attention on what happens on the field, and that's the Twins in pursuit of a second straight win over the Athletics tonight.
Well, absolutely. But before we get into the baseball matters conducted here tonight, you and I each have a passion for Twins baseball. I think it's fair to say that. I think the viewers know that. But one of the things that makes it nice for us is to see the, in my opinion, unparalleled commitment in this marketplace, maybe across professional sports, that the Twins organization has giving back to the community.
Yeah, I'm very proud that the Minnesota Twins and FS North are doing this, commercial-free, really showing the players a little bit more of the players, and that's what I think fans want to see. You get an opportunity to see Joe Mauer play baseball, but you see another side of Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Michael Kadire, so many players, and that's what this ball game here tonight's all about.
And Danny Valencia continues to play well for the Minnesota Twins, one of the newest Twins, and he's made quite an impression.
Well, he really has. I mean, Valencia has taken over at third base, and he has done a great job. Last night, a couple hits, a single that scored a run, and then a ball that, pretty good pitch right there, golfed over the head of Coco Crisp for a ground rule double. That scored Delman Young. Tough game last night because, it was a close ball game again against the Oakland A's. You need good defense, and Danny Valencia has supplied that at third.
He's the only rookie to regularly play, and he's relied a lot on the veterans.
Just being a professional. I mean, the guys handle themselves really well up here, and you just want to pick up on things that they do so you can incorporate it to like your everyday lifestyle up here. And it's been a learning experience, and it's been great, and hopefully there's a lot of success to come.
Both the Twins and the Oakland A's have been getting very good starting pitching, and Brian Dunsing making the start tonight for the Twins.
Yeah, remember Brian Dunsing put into the rotation because Nick Blackburn, who's now in AAA, trying to find that good sinker. But Brian Dunsing, in his 4 starts in the rotation, has pitched very well. Now, he's given up 10 runs in those 4 starts, 7 of them coming in the first inning. So it's important for Brian Dunsing to put a 0 on the board because his mound opponent, that's one thing that he has been able to do all season long, and that's Trevor Cahill. 20 starts, only 1 run allowed in the first inning. This guy has been lights out as of late. His last 3 starts, he has not allowed an earned run. 11 walks, yes, 7 walks, 11 hits and 7 walks. But boy, this guy is at 22 years old, really starting to come into his own.
4 games between these two teams. They've all been low scoring. They've all been decided by 1 run. We have no reason to believe that's going to change tonight.
Should be a good pitcher's duel here tonight. And as we get the Twins on the field, there's Joe Mauer talking to the umpire.
Joe Mauer will do the catching for the Minnesota Twins. Here's Bob Guerin's Oakland A's batting order. Coco Crisp in the leadoff spot. He'll be followed by Derek Barton, the first baseman. Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, hitting third. Kevin Kuzmanov hitting cleanup. Mark Ellis, Rajay Davis. Jack Cust done a nice job against the Twins this year in 13 at-bats. Chris Carter still looking for his first major league hit. And then the former Twin farmhand, Steve Collison, second-generation major leaguer, getting a start here after his call-up yesterday.
Well, as we just talked about, it will be Brian Dunsing on the mound, making his 5th start this year, his 44th appearance overall. Of course, started the season in the bullpen until there was an opportunity that opened up, and Dunsing now is making his 5th start. His first start here, his first 4 starts were on the road. And again, the first inning's been a trouble. Let's hope he can put a 0 on the board.
Twins defense tonight has Delvin Young in left and Art Span in center, Jason Kubel in right, Valencia, Casilla, Hudson, Kadire, and Maurer around the infield, and Brian Dunsing on the mound looking for win number 6. And Dunsing ready to go. The Twins took 2 out of 3 in Oakland, every game decided by a run, including one game in extra innings. And last night's game, as it turned out, decided by 1 run. Here's Coco Crisp. And the first pitch missing, low, ball 1.
Well, one thing we have seen from Brian Dunsing, he is not a strikeout pitcher, okay? He'll get some strikeouts, but he's more of a contact-type pitcher that'll move the ball in and out and then mix in a good breaking ball and a very good changeup.
Drive to center and a base hit. And Crisp is aboard. Crisp last night got a couple of singles, and he gets one here to start the ball game tonight.
Yeah, 14 hits for the Oakland A's in last night's loss to the Twins. Twins were able to only put 5 hits on the board. But that little cutter right there, about belt high, too good a pitch right there. But hopefully Dunsing now can maybe get a ground ball.
Last night, Crisp singled in the first, and on the very next pitch, stole second. But now you've got a left-hander on the mound. Dunsing does a better job of holding runners. And we'll see how aggressive the A's are in their base running and stealing here in the first inning tonight.
A's do like to run. They have 99 stolen bases on the year. They've been caught 25 times.
Derek Barton, the hitter. And Dunsing throws over.
Only 1 attempt of a stolen base against Dunsing this year, and it was successful. But he's very, very good as far as throwing that ball toward home plate, keeping the runner close. Coco Crisp with 16 stolen bases, been thrown out a couple times.
Slide step in, pitch inside, ball 1. You know, you've got to do something offensively. The A's don't have much power, so you can understand why they put more of an emphasis on the running game. And the Twins, if anything, I think have gone in the other direction, where they've, not intentionally maybe, but there's less of an emphasis on speed because there's more power in the line.
Right. Now, the Oakland A's have only hit 70 home runs. This is their 115th game of the year. Only the Seattle Mariners have hit fewer home runs in the American League.
And a tapper foul, 1-1. Twins are a +3 in the home run department. And the Oakland A's, as Bert said, have hit only 70. They have given up 106. And my Minnesota high school math says that is a minus.
Go ahead.
36.
Very good. Very good. I like the way you pull out that calculator so quick.
Tapper foul, trick I learned from Mrs. Clatterbuck, my 5th grade teacher. 1-2 to Derek Barton.
Barton in his 4th season with the A's, actually signed as a catcher by the Cardinals, the #1 pick back in 2003. Came over to the A's in the Mark Mulder trade back in 2004. There's some names out there. Dan Herron, Mark Mulder, guys that...
Tim Hudson.
Yeah. Well, that guys that are playing now for the Oakland A's that were traded for, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
1-2 to Barton. Dunsing trying to pitch around a leadoff single. Neither team played particularly well in the field last night. Each team committing a couple of errors. There was at least one base running mistake for each team. And we'll see if they each play a much tighter ball game tonight.
I'll tell you what, there was some bad play, and then there was some very good play by both sides. 4 errors in a ball game. 2 by the Twins, 2 by the A's.
And another one, a hook foul near the Twins dugout. Still 1-2.
Of course, not a lot of history between Brian Dunsing and the Oakland A's. He did make a start last year against the A's.
Breaking ball lifted foul.
And that start last year coming in late September, actually September 13th, where Dunsing worked 7 shutout innings. And the Twins won 8-0 over Gio Gonzalez, who started in last night's game for the A's.
And Dunsing will deliver another 1-2 pitch before or after another throw to first. The only thing keeping Dunsing from giving the Twins 4 straight quality starts since being moved into the rotation is the fact that in his first start he only went 5 innings. Step on the bag, needs to be a tag.
Yep, very nice.
And Casilla, they just barely got him. Casilla nearly hung on to it too long. It's the 10th ground ball double play that Dunsing has coaxed in 68 innings.
Yeah, Cuddyer right here fielding the ball, getting off, stepping on first. Now a tag has to be applied. Now Casilla with good speed, but you can see Coco Crisp maybe a little bit quicker. And then the quick flip over to Cuddyer, and Coco Crisp trying to get back to the bag.
Looked like he might have been safe.
Yeah, but he does come off the bag, so we'll call him out right there. So a nice double play turn behind Dunsing again.
Base is empty for Kurt Suzuki. Now that's a pretty high percentage of ground ball double plays, isn't it? 10 of them already?
Yeah, you know what? One thing we've seen from Dunsing, he changes speeds well. Again, he's not going to overpower hitters. He keeps the ball down extremely well. Doesn't walk a lot of guys.
And strike one, says Tim McClellan.
And if you keep the ball down in the strike zone, you're going to get ground ball outs.
One and one. And now 2 and 1.
Dunsing making his 5th start. He's worked a total of 24 1/3 innings as a starter. He's walked only 5 with 11 strikeouts.
Now 3 and 1. We talked about the first inning difficulty against the Indians. 3 runs in the first, and a Matt Laporta 2-run homer in the first.
Yeah, and he did the same thing the outing before against the Rays. He gave up 3 runs in the first inning.
3 and 1 to Kurt Suzuki. And a walk now, refilling first base for Kevin Kuzminoff. In the Cleveland start, he gave up a triple, a single, and a home run in the first inning. In the Tampa Bay start, a home run by Sean Rodriguez, but a couple of walks in the inning, and now his first walk tonight. Kuzminoff with 10 home runs, hitting cleanup this evening. Foul to the screen. A hot and muggy night, just the way we like it at Target Field tonight.
Kuzminoff in his first season with the A's. He came up with the Indians, last 3 seasons with the San Diego Padres.
Fly ball right field. Looks harmless enough for Jason Kubel. And a scoreless first inning for Brian Dunsing, giving up a hit and a walk, but getting a big double play ball. And let's go to Marty Gelder.
Hey, Dick and Bert, this game of baseball is America's pastime, but not everyone has a chance to get on the field. So the Twins are doing everything that they can do to make sure that every kid around here in Twins territory has the chance to play ball. On July 22nd through the 24th, Minneapolis was host to a regional tournament for the RBI League, which stands for Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities. championship games were held at Target Field.
Now batting the second baseman, Daniel Woodson.
The Twins are big supporters of the RBI program, and Major League Baseball looks at the Twins as a model for the way Major League clubs should participate.
Whether it be equipment, rallying funds, support from the community, from the players within their organization, and obviously that should trickle down to the young men and women that participate in their program. Other major league clubs, minor league clubs see that, a club like the Twins is committed to providing opportunities to underserved youth, underserved communities, so it makes them want to get involved also.
This year, the Twins Community Fund donated a total of $150,000 to the Minneapolis and St. Paul RBI programs.
It's fun to see kids have an opportunity to share in that joy who might not otherwise have it, and that could be because of resources, that could be because maybe they just have a place to play. It's more than the game. It's a chance to learn teamwork, a chance to learn some responsibility, and have fun playing baseball and softball.
The recent tournament featured different divisions, 2 in boys baseball and 1 in girls softball. Mariah Lennon of Northeast Minneapolis says the RBI program is the only way she's able to afford playing the game she loves.
Without the Minnesota Twins in the RBI program, I wouldn't be playing. So I feel like it's very important because I amazing experience.
There are about 5,000 kids who are in the RBI program just in Minneapolis and St. Paul alone. And that's a little taste of what we're doing here tonight, Dick and Bert, our commercial-free broadcast in order to highlight the Twins Community Fund. So every commercial break we'll be showing you some of the great community work and charitable organizations the Twins are involved with. Go to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Twins tab and the Twins in the Community tab.
Well, thank you very much, Marnie. And again, boy, what a nice endeavor for Fox Sports North to be involved with something like this. I think viewers can relate. It costs a little bit of money to put these telecasts on the air, and here we're doing one for free. We're not getting any commercials. Here's Span with a sharp single to right center field, and he will round first and hold up there. Span gets the Twins half inning started with a single. Let's check out the Twins batting order. Span on top, followed by Orlando Hudson. Joe Mauer catching and hitting third. White hot since the All-Star break. Jason Kubel, Michael Cuddyer, Jim Thome, Delman Young, Danny Valencia, and Alexi Casilla.
And on the mound, Trevor Cahill making his 21st start. He is not allowed a run over his last 3 starts. A total of 25 innings, not an earned run. And second in the American League in earned run average. Clay Buchholz leading the American League at 2.49. Cahill at 2.56 ERA.
And Hudson takes a low, ball 1.
Twins saw Gio Gonzalez last night, just 24 years old. Here tonight, Trevor Cahill, only 22 years old. Youngest starting staff in the American League, the Oakland A's.
1-1 now to Hudson, who walked a couple of times, struck out a couple of times in the ball game last night. Long look at Scotty Elger.
Hudson, a switch hitter, is a left-handed hitter, hitting .283. His first home run coming the other day in Chicago as a left-handed hitter, 4 from the right side of the plate. Now Cahill has 2 types of fastballs, a 4-seam fastball, pretty straight, and then he'll do what he did right there to Hudson, that 2-seamer that will start on the inner half of the plate and then work over the plate. Also a curveball and a very good changeup.
Very high, 2-2.
Second start of the year for Hudson against the Twins. Cahill against the Twins. His other start coming on June 5th. He got a no decision in the Twins 4-3 win.
2-2 to Hudson. Span just barely got back. They ignored him pretty much through the whole Hudson at bat, and then a very quick move nearly picked him off.
Span just getting that hand back on the bag, and a quick tag by Barton, just a little tardy.
Cahill looked like he might have caught his cleats in the middle of his pickoff move there. 2-2 to Hudson. Foul to the net. To me, you look at Cahill, and he's been very good his last 3 starts. Hasn't given up an earned run. But 2 of those starts against the Texas Rangers. And in those 2 starts, 16 innings pitched, no earned runs, and only 8 hits. One of those games at the ballpark in Arlington.
Yeah, talking to Ray Fosse, the analyst and former Major League catcher for the Oakland A's, that this kid is just starting to find himself. He started the season on a disabled list. He had some problem with his left shoulder. Didn't really make his first start for the A's until April 30th in Toronto. There's the ERA leaders in the American League.
Now all of a sudden Span drawing more and more attention from Cahill. This one lifted to short left. Chris Carter comes in, makes the catch. It's long at bat for Hudson, but he's retired, 1 away. And the defense for the Oakland A's. Carter in left, Kristen center, Rajai Davis right, Kevin Kuzminoff, Steve Tollison, the shortstop tonight, Mark Ellis, Derek Barton, and Kurt Suzuki behind the plate.
Yeah, Steve Tollison, former Twins farmhand, picked off waivers by the Oakland A's back in February. In his second stint with the Oakland A's this year.
Here's Mauer. Joe went hitless in the game last night for one of the few times since the All-Star break. And he takes ball 1. Joe back behind the plate. Drew Butera did the catching last night. Of course, a day game tomorrow, and there's a decent chance, I would think, Joe would also do the catching tomorrow with an off day on Monday. A base hit. Span to second. And he will hold up there. So a pair of singles. And the start of something good for the Twins against Cahill.
I talked a little bit about Cahill in the first inning. In 20 starts, he's only allowed 1 earned run. One time he allowed a run. But see if the Twins can kind of break that streak right here.
A little role reversal, I guess. Dunsing has struggled in the first inning, and he got through it. See if the Twins can put a number up against Cahill.
That's what I'm hoping right here.
Jason Kubel, just the guy to do it. Getting cleanup. Michael Kadire hit cleanup last night. And he floats one over for strike 1.
Cahill's been pretty good at keeping the ball in the ballpark, especially here. You know, I mean, this first start here at Target Field. This is not a home run hitting park. But Cahill has allowed 11 home runs in 133 2/3 innings.
Missing inside, it's 1-1.
Yeah, that's that fastball. He tried to get back over the inner half of that plate and come back a little bit. That's what we were talking about, 1 earned run in 20 starts.
Last night's game, the Twins got a couple of runs in the first inning. Pulled foul, and it's 1-2.
Opponents hitting just 192 off of Cahill. Left-handers hitting only 208. Right-handers hitting just 175. Both the hits so far coming off left-handed batters.
And the A's now have the lowest team ERA in the American League, 3.61, and Cahill a big part of that. Inside, and it's 2-2. Two and 2 to Kubel. Got him with a breaking ball. 2 down.
Boy, good curveball right there. Cahill picking up his first strikeout and his 77th strikeout in 134 innings pitched. Tight rotation, good location underneath the swing of Kubel.
Is that the first curveball he's thrown him? I mean, did he save that curveball for a strikeout pitch?
Yeah, everything has been fastballs and the changeup and then the curveball.
Well, here's Michael Cuddyer. Twins hoping for a 2-out hit here from Cuddyer to get the first run of the game. Breaking ball gets a feeble swing from Cuddyer, 1 strike.
You know, in Chicago, we saw Paul Konerko do that sometimes on the first pitch. You go up there looking fastball. You know, you watch how he pitched, you know, the first 3 batters, start him off with a fastball. Cuddyer thinking fastball. All of a sudden, there's the curveball, and then the ugly swing by Cuddyer.
A breaking ball. He's thrown 3 in a row. 2 strikes now to Cuddyer. Scratches his head like, where are the fastballs everybody else got? So Cahill trying to pitch around a couple of first inning hits. He's ahead of Cuddyer quickly, 0-2. There's a fastball about 2 feet high and a foot outside.
Yeah, maybe a Shelby fastball. Not bad pitching up in the zone like that if you have that big curveball. We saw it from Gio Gonzalez last night.
Another breaking ball got him. So again, the Twins have a tough time against Cahill in the first inning. No damage done despite a couple of singles. Tonight it's a commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball, honoring the Twins organization for all their work in the community. And for more, here's Anthony LaPanta.
As the Twins have been providing opportunities for kids to improve their skills all throughout the region, going all the way back to their first year here in Minnesota, 1961. The program was actually started by legendary scout Angelo Giuliani back in the Twins' inaugural season in the Twin Cities. This year, 50 free clinics were offered throughout the upper Midwest. Great way for the Twins to promote baseball and softball to kids throughout the entire region. Going all the way back to 61, they've had over 800,000 youth take part in these clinics. They've always been free, no registration, just a great way to learn the basic fundamentals. They also include a positive message to kids that talk about staying in school, keeping away from drugs and alcohol. All those Twins clinics all throughout Twins territory. They're wrapped up for this season. Make sure you check them out for next year. All throughout the night tonight, we are celebrating how the Twins are active in many ways all throughout their community with our commercial-free broadcast. For more information on any of these programs, you can check out our website, foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Twins tab and then the Twins Community tab. Coming up a bit later, we'll take a look at how Michael Cuddyer gets involved with the boys and girls clubs. Dick and Bert?
Well, thank you very much, Anthony. Yeah, I remember the Twins clinics when I was back in Minnesota in the early 70s. They came to the town I was living in at the time, Staples. I was really excited when the Twins clinics came. I imagined, of course, Harmon Killebrew were coming. That didn't happen. But we learned a little bit about the game of baseball. And the simple things, like the right way to pick up a baseball and throw it if you're a third baseman.
Angie Giuliani was a great man, too. I mean, he brought a lot of love with him. And, you know, I got to meet him when I first came up in 1970 with the Twins, and he gave so much back to the community and to the kids. And he's also a scout. He signed some pretty good players, too.
Always kept the pen that he signed Kent Hrbek with. He was one of the scouts that was on Hrbek and got him to sign with his hometown team. 1 strike to Mark Ellis leading off the second inning. I wonder where that microphone is now that Angie was wearing as he was giving the field demonstration. One and one to Mark Ellis leading off the second inning. And a ground ball just fouled. 1-2. And just one other trivial thing about Angie Giuliani, then we'll move on. The pictures you see of Lou Gehrig during his famous speech, Angie was on the field. When Lou Gehrig made his infamous speech at Yankee Stadium, they were playing the Washington Senators, and Angie Giuliani was a backup catcher for the Senators that year. Just outside 2-2. Ellis, Davis, and Cust will face Brian Dunsing in the second. Pulled to third, and Valencia gobbles it up and throws him out. One down, and for an update on the Twins bullpen, let's go to Robbie Inch-Mikowski.
Well, Dick, the Twins are hoping that Brian Duensing could give them another long outing tonight because a couple guys in the bullpen are unavailable tonight. Guys like Jesse Crain, guys like Matt Guerrero, who have thrown multiple days within the last week. And also you look at Matt Capps, he saved the ball game last night. And Matt Capps are trying to give him a night off if they can. But a couple guys that are available, John Roush is ready to go tonight. Ron Mahay faced just one batter last night. And also Glenn Perkins, he is an available guy out of the Twins pen. But let's hope we don't even need to get that far. And Brian Duensing has a long one.
Well, thank you very much, Robbie. Yeah, I look back at last night's ball game. Of course, Capps got the save, but I look at the outing that Ron Mahay had. I know he faced only one batter, but boy, did he come into a tough situation with Jack Cust and, a couple runners in scoring position. Ended up striking out Jack Cust when he fell behind 3-1. So Mahay did a great job, and he was the only lefty available, and Gardy put him in the spot that he thought he really needed an out, and Mahay produced it.
2-1 to Rajay Davis. And now 3-1. And Perkins unavailable last night because he was still recovering from his first appearance for the Twins, which was a start. And now, in the foreseeable future, Perkins is going to pitch out of the bullpen. 3-1. Lined up the middle and a base hit. Davis aboard, and his speed will be something for Duensing to consider here with one out in the second.
Well, we talked about Mahay, also Jesse Crain, but Mahay coming back and striking out Jack Cust. And then the job by Jesse Crain coming in the 8th inning with bases loaded and getting Coco Crisp, of all people, the speedster, to ground into the double play to end the 8th inning.
And Cust hitting now with a runner at first and one away. Cust, the designated hitter, and being left-handed against a lefty, moving down to 7th in the Oakland batting order. Davis, the top base stealer for the A's. And Duensing delivers strike one.
Jack Cust hitting .265 against left-handed pitchers. All 8 home runs have come against right-handers for Jack Cust. And Davis at first base, 35 stolen bases. He's been caught 7 times. Duensing in the first inning, throw over at first a lot with Coco Crisp at first, who had 16 stolen bases.
Davis stole one last night. While the Twins are playing Oakland here, White Sox are hosting Detroit. That game in the bottom of the second inning, no score. Chicago winning last night after a long rain delay, so the Twins lead the division by a game. 1 strike to Jack Cust. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. As we detailed last night, Cust very strikeout prone, striking out more than once every 3 at bats. And in last night's game, it took him his 4th at bat before he finally struck out. That against Mahay. He's been pretty much a one-dimensional ball player. He is a liability in the field. He's a designated hitter who does one thing well.
And hopefully that's strike out.
From an Oakland standpoint, he does one thing well. That's hits the ball a long way.
Yes, he does. Well, it took him a while to kind of find a home. He started with the Diamondbacks, went to the Rockies, the Orioles, the Padres, and now he's in his 4th season with the A's, even though the A's, they kind of re-signed him over the winter. And then designated for him for assignment earlier this year, and then recalled back on May 15th.
All the throwovers to first, at least on that pitch, confused Davis because as Dunsing was delivering to the plate, Davis was retreating to first.
Yeah, Dunsing doesn't have a high leg kick home. He'll utilize that slide step. He'll once in a while bring that right knee up and then throw over to first. And then he'll use that slide step. Tough to steal against, I would think.
And he gets cussed for the second out of the inning.
And the first strikeout for Dunsing.
You can visit the official online shop of the Minnesota Twins at twinsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the twinsbaseball.com shop. Accept no substitutes. 2 gone. And here's Chris Carter. And boy, wouldn't Chris Carter like to get the monkey off his back as soon as possible. 0 for 13. Davis goes. Mauer's throw right on the bag. Safe! And no argument from Hudson.
Yeah, Orlando Hudson caught that ball in front of the bag rather than maybe straddle over the bag. And it looked like Davis went on the outfield side and got his left hand on the bag before Hudson could apply the tag. So
boy,
Davis gets a stolen base. See him getting that left hand on the bag. Good call right there by second base umpire Andy Fletcher.
A great throw by Mauer, but a stolen base for Davis. 1-0 to Carter. And now a strike. So far, Carter, who's considered to be one of those 5-tool guys, you can tell by looking at him, just a great athlete. He's committed himself to one sport for a long time. 13 at bats, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, no hits. 2-1.
Well, Oakland here, they started this road trip in Seattle. Now they're here in Minnesota until tomorrow. Then they go home against the Toronto Blue Jays. So let him get him. He probably wants to get his hit in Oakland.
That's right. And once it's 0 for 13, 0 for 17, 0 for 21, what difference does it make?
Just get it in Oakland.
Pick off, throw to second. Got him! He got the stolen base, but then he got picked off, and the inning ends. No score after an inning and a half. It's a commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball, honoring the Twins organization for all their work in the community. And for more, here's Marty Gelder.
And to do that, Dick, I've moved on to Target Plaza out here past right field. And we'll look at an organization that is not only near and dear to the Twins' hearts, but to ours at Fox Sports North as well. It's the Boys and Girls Club, and it's an event called Kids in the City that we help host every single year to raise money and showcase the Fox Sports North Youth All-Star Program. Celebrate the Boys and Girls Club members. And this year we raised $115,000. Michael Kadire was there, as he is every year. He does a lot of work for this charity, the Boys and Girls Clubs.
First and foremost, the kids. I mean, that's what we're all here for, and that's what we're doing. And then it's the volunteers, and it's the people that dedicate their time to give these kids an opportunity that they wouldn't be able to have unless this organization, unless this was formed. And to be able to go out there and give your time requires a lot of special people. And
we continue to celebrate our commercial-free broadcast and highlight the work that Kadire does, as well as the other Twins and the entire organization in the community. Go to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Twins tab, and then the Twins in the Community tab, and you'll find all the information as the storm starts brewing here on the plaza. But Michael Kadire tomorrow night will hold his annual event just on the other side of Target Center from where we are right here at Capitol Grill in downtown Minneapolis. It's his celebrity waiter event where the Twins will serve food and drink to the fans in attendance. The event is sold out already for this year, but Kadire also visits every table and performs his magic tricks. It's a popular event, but Dick, I would say the most intriguing thing of the night, this is the master of ceremonies in the program that he brings every night.
Yeah, well, it's been my pleasure, Marnie, for the last couple of years, and again tomorrow to MC the event. It really is a fun event. And we encourage the patrons to generously tip their waiters. And then, of course, they contribute all their tips to the Boys and Girls Club. It's just a fun event tomorrow night. at the Capitol Grill. Jim Thome to lead off the second inning. He'll be followed by Delman Young and Danny Valencia. Outside 1-1. Twins had a threat in the first with a pair of singles, but then Cahill struck out Kubel and Kanayer. Foul at the plate, 1-2. Thome didn't play last night. The casualty of having Drew Butera catch Carl Pavano is getting Joe Mauer into the DH spot, and unless they change the rules, you can only have one of those a game.
Well, and it's kind of good, too, because Ron Gardenhire really wanting to protect Jim Thome as far as, not getting him out there every day. They just feel that they can get him in, one or two at-bats here or there. I mean, his production has been incredible. 15 home runs for Jim Thome. He's driven in 38 runs.
At the rate he's going, Thome's going to have in the neighborhood of 300 at-bats.
I said earlier this year, if you could get Jim Thome 300 at-bats, probably hit 20 home runs, and he's on that type of pace.
2-2 to Thome. And a bouncer up the line and right over the bag fair. Barton makes the play. One down. Roy Smalley, your thoughts on Trevor Cahill, who, as advertised, has been pretty tough again here tonight?
Yeah, awfully tough, Dick. He's got the kind of repertoire that can really win big in the major leagues. I love a guy that's got two different kind of fastballs. He sinks it hard away from left-handers or into right-handers, and he can complement that with what Bert calls a four-seamer, that straight fastball that can get in on left-handers as well. And then the great change-up off the fastball, and every once in a while drop a pretty good hard break and hook in there. That's good big league stuff right there. When you've got two fastballs and a great change, and they can throw one other pitch as well, that makes it really tough on hitters.
Yeah, thank you, Roy. This is a young man, again, only 22 years old. If you look at the numbers at Delman Young, that in high school in Vista, California, was basically a shortstop.
And Cahill awkwardly got a foot on the bag to get Delman Young. Barton and Cahill weren't sure who was going to do what, but eventually they got the out.
Well, it was Cahill's responsibility to get over there like he did, but then he forgets to get to the bag, and then by that time he just got his foot on the bag, and watch out. Stepping on the bag and then turning that ankle a little bit right there.
A little extra lunge might have been what got him the out call there, with first base umpire Mike Everett looking very closely to see if Cahill had made contact with the bag. Two down, and here's Danny Valencia. Here's Mike Everett. Anyway, just to wrap it up on Jim Thome, last year, mostly with the White Sox, and then at the end of the year with the Dodgers, he got 362 at-bats. And so he's going to be down a little bit from that number with the Twins this year. And Valencia takes a strike. A couple of big hits for the rookie last night. An RBI single, then an RBI ground rule double. Wide of the plate, 1-1. Interesting rookie class in the American League this year. The Tigers, Austin Jackson got a lot of the preseason publicity. Brennan Bosch looked like he was going to run away with the Rookie of the Year award. Now Bosch is really, really struggling. And Valencia got started so late, he doesn't stand a chance, you wouldn't think, of getting a Rookie of the Year award, but he's having a very good rookie season nonetheless. Spun foul over the roof of the Twins dugout.
Well, he's been very steady, able to pick up a hit or two here or there every couple ball games, and steady at third base. Unbelievable. Only one error made, and that was a low throw over to first base. He's made almost every play.
Drilled to center. And Crisp is over to make the catch. Solid contact for Valencia, but it's the third out of the inning. And it's a 1-2-3 second inning for Trevor Cahill. Very happy to have Mike Opat with us, the Hennepin County Commissioner, who stuck his neck out, maybe a few other body parts out, to try to get this ballpark built. And we focus so much, Mike, on this ballpark and the revenues generated from it. But I know that the taxation, the funding mechanism for this ballpark has also been put to other good uses.
Right, it has. First off, it's good to see you guys again. Last time was opening day. I will say you made yourselves at home. All the papers were spread out. It was a little neater on opening day, but it's good to see that. You're right. We have been able to do some other things with the ballpark sales tax money. Most notably is expand library hours to Sundays. So in Minneapolis, for instance, none of the libraries were open on Sundays. Since the county has taken over that system now, we have a number of libraries open on Sundays, and in the suburbs too, we've opened a lot of them. So if you're in Minneapolis, if you can walk into a library on Sunday, it's because of the ballpark tax that's happening. And then we've also made grants for youth sports facilities, youth and amateur sports facilities. We made 2 rounds of grants. We can spend up to $2 million a year for library hours and $2 million a year for the fields and grants and facilities, and we've been doing that.
And that's in perpetuity, I'm guessing. I mean, on an annual basis?
Well, for as long as the tax is in place, yeah, we'll do that. You never know how that's going to go. We've had, it's been a smashing success so far. There have been a number of groundbreakings that we've all been to. There have been projects in every one of the 7 county commissioner districts, soccer fields, baseball diamonds, skateboard parks, the things that the cities can't afford, but that people want and kids will use, and it keeps kids busy and off the streets. And we've also been able to get school districts and the park and recreation departments to work together to have one set of keys and have everybody using what they have.
Hey, Mike, I want to congratulate you. I know Jerry Bell, so much time and effort put into this beautiful stadium, but you can, like you just said, there's so many other entities that are going to be rewarded because of this ballpark.
Foul back 1-1.
It is, and it's, but, like I always have to remind you guys, you can do nothing on a county board of 7 without 4 votes. So there was always 4 of us, and every vote was 4-3. So it's that's always important to note and make sure that happens. So.
1-1 to Chris Carter. He'll be followed by Steve Tollison and then Coco Crisp. Well, I like the library opening on Sundays, being open on Sundays as being one of the beneficiaries of the taxation here. Obviously, I'm a big fan of what's happened here for the baseball fans with this beautiful new ballpark. But the library, if not for the funding, what you're saying is it would have been, a Monday through Saturday thing for the public libraries in Hennepin County.
In the case of downtown Minneapolis, it was closed both Sunday and Monday. So the ballpark, I didn't mention that before, but the Central Library downtown is open Sundays and Mondays because of the ballpark taxes allowed that. Otherwise, it would be, there were not property taxes to do it. When it was the Minneapolis system,
right,
we would have had to raise property taxes to do it as a county, and fortunately we have the ballpark tax that can do it instead.
3-2 to Chris Carter. Facing Brian Dunsing beginning the 3rd inning. And a strikeout. Carter gone again. 7th time he struck out in 14 Major League at-bats.
And Dunsing picking up his 2nd strikeout. Ended last inning by striking out Jack Cusk. Well, actually, then he picked off Davis at 2nd, but 2nd strikeout of the ballgame for Dunsing.
Here's Steve Tollison, who was starting to figure it out last year in the Twins minor league system. And then this year in the Oakland system, it looks like he's got it figured out. He looks like he might be a player for the A's.
Well, good utility type player, a lot like his dad Wayne Tollison was, who spent 10 seasons part-time at the Major League level. In his 2nd stint, he just got called up the other day from AAA. Originally came up with the Oakland A's. He spent 5 seasons in the Twins minor league system. Originally drafted by the Twins in 2005 by the University of South Carolina.
Hit 300 2 years ago at AA with a little bit of power, and last year graduated to AAA in the middle of the season and hit 270 up the middle. And Tollison gets a base hit with 1 out here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, just his 2nd hit on the season, but he's taking that ball right back up the middle.
Well, Mike, we're going to let you enjoy your Saturday night here at Target Field, and again on this night when we're honoring the Twins community involvement, and on a nightly basis we're able to bring fans Twins baseball from this beautiful ballpark. I think it's important to acknowledge that a lot of the money that is raised because of the ballpark tax is actually going to things completely unrelated to the ballpark.
Yeah, it's been a great dividend to what's turned out to be a fantastic effort. It's been a great year. We need to get to the playoffs and an ALCS and maybe beyond, and we can really live the dream here. So.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, thanks, guys.
Mike, thank you very much.
Collison aboard, 1 out. Second trip through the batting order now for Brian Dunsing. It was Crisp who lined a sharp single to center his first time up and then was doubled off in the next at bat. And Dunsing misses again, 2-0. Collison fits in well with the Oakland offensive attack. He does have some speed, can steal a base. 3 years ago in the Twins minor league system, he stole 27. But he's got a pretty conservative lead. High hopper over the mound, and Hudson steps and fires another double play. The 11th turn behind Brian Dunsing already this year. Tonight, a commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball, honoring the Twins organization for all their work in the community. And for more, here's Anthony LaPanta.
And right now we're joined by a special guest, Brian Robbie. He's an ambassador for Play Ball Minnesota, but fans who are diehard Twins fans will remember him as a player. He spent 7 years in the Twins minor league system and had a couple of big seasons at Salt Lake.
Yeah, I tell you what, being a Minnesota kid and playing for the Minnesota Twins was a dream come true. And then when I got my first opportunity to be in the major leagues, it was with Minnesota. So I was a Minnesota product, and I played with the Gophers and with the Twins, so can't complain with that.
And still very active in baseball in Minnesota as a high school coach.
Yeah, I'm at Forest Lake right now, loving it. We've had back-to-back seasons in the state tournament. We finished fourth twice. So hopefully, Anthony, we can get that done and maybe win a state championship someday.
What are some of your primary focuses with Play Ball Minnesota?
Well, I think we want to get the game, the name out there and let everybody know and promote baseball in the state of Minnesota. That's probably our biggest thing. Right now, I'm dealing with all the coaches and trying to get coaches to contact me so we can get all together and understand what we're trying to do at Play Ball Minnesota and go out there and really promote the game.
And also coming up, you're teaming up with Pitch In for Baseball to try to help get equipment for those who don't have it.
Absolutely. That's probably a big focus. We want to make sure that all kids have a chance to have equipment so they can play the great game of baseball. If they don't have equipment, they can't play.
PitchinForBaseball.org is where you can find more information on that. You can bring your equipment that you want to donate to Smalley's 87 Club in downtown Minneapolis, and a week from tonight here at Target Field. Play Ball Minnesota also just trying to identify coaches and leaders in the community that can help spread this great game.
Absolutely. That's what we're trying to do, is get out there and touch them. We offer camps and clinics for players. We also offer camps and clinics for coaches. And one thing we want to do with this is to make sure that the kids are being taught correctly, taught properly. So the best way to do it is going out there and advertise and get out there.
Brian, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Brian Robbie, an ambassador for Play Ball Minnesota. This broadcast comes your way commercial-free tonight here on Fox Sports North as we celebrate all the great ways the Twins are involved in the community throughout Twins territory. Dick and Bert.
And Casilla is retired at first.
Well, I think
it was
it's
a foul ball.
Yeah.
Suzuki fielded it in foul territory. Suzuki figuring out what the heck I may as well throw anyway.
Well, Tim McClellan, you want to make sure that, you go ahead and finish the play in case Tim McClellan does call it fair. That ball right around home plate. McClellan actually stepped off and went to the right side of the plate to see where this ball was. See McClellan kind of watching that ball, but it is foul. But Suzuki finished the play.
So 1 strike to Casilla. Takes outside. Brian Robbie, by the way, played for the Twins in 1994 and 1995. And Casilla drives one down the right field line. He might have extra bases. Nice cutoff in the corner by Davis, but Casilla glides into second with a leadoff double. He continues to get some awfully big hits for the Twins.
Oh, he really does. I mean, we saw some great defensive plays from Casilla last night, but here he's able to get a pitch up and then line it right into that right field corner. A fastball, good solid swing by Casilla. His 6th double of the year. Davis does get over there with his speed and gets it back in quickly.
We'll see how the Twins play this year with Span, who singled his last time up. And Kuzminoff already in on the grass at third. And the back taking ball one.
You see the slow swing right there. Good contact right there by Casilla. Span's job, of course, get Casilla over to third base if he's asked to bunt. He's got 5 sacrifices on the year. Try to bunt that ball toward third base. Make Kuzminoff come in and field it.
And foul at the plate, 1-1. Last night, what ultimately proved to be the winning run, delivered on a different type of sacrifice bunt, a squeeze bunt by Drew Butera.
Yeah, again, perfectly executed because who was on the mound? A left-handed pitcher. He could not, he didn't look at Valencia at third, and then we got the breaking ball too. Butera did, and it's easier actually to bunt a breaking ball than it is a fastball.
Span takes it all the way in, 2-1. Softly laid down, and Cahill retires Span. Sacrifice, moving Casilla to third.
Yeah, good bunt right there by Denard Span. The Twin fans log on to FoxSportsNorth.com and click on to Circle Me Bert, the tab, and to enter and explain why your section should be circled for a chance to spend an inning in the broadcast booth. Winners will be announced the morning before each game on FoxSportsNorth.com and KFAN.com.
Sacrifice laid down, infield in now for Orlando Hudson with a fly ball to left, his first time up. He's trying to get that first run up on the board against Trevor Cahill. And that should work. A high fly to left. Casilla tagging. He'll come home, and a leadoff double leads to a run. It's 1-0.
Well, very nicely executed by the Twins. Span laying down the bunt. That moves Casilla over the third. All Hudson has to do is get it up in the air deep enough to allow Casilla to score. So that run going and charge to Hudson. He gets the RBI, but Span helps out. Go right there. You are hereby circled.
Bring up Mauer, who singled his first time up. 3-run home runs are nice, but I think in a different way, you get a run like this, it gives a kind of a different kind of warm and fuzzy feeling in the dugout. Guys got a leadoff double. The next two guys didn't get a hit, but they did their jobs and got the run in. One strike to Mauer. A breaking ball for a strike. 0-2. And in the dirt.
Well, that earned run allowed right there. The first earned run since Cahill has allowed runs over his last really 3+ starts. Back on July 23rd, he lost against the Chicago White Sox 5-1. He gave up 3 earned runs, and then his next 3 starts did not allow an earned run.
Ground ball hit the Barton. And we'll go to the bag to end the inning. But the inning starts with a leadoff double. The Twins play small ball, get our first run in the third for Brian Dunsing, and let's go to Marnie Gilman.
And Dick, throughout the course of the season, a lot of the Twins players will make visits to the 5 local children's hospitals, and their goal there is pretty simple. They're just trying to bring some smiles to the faces of these boys and girls and lift their spirits for a couple of days. Earlier this summer, Kevin Slowey, Drew Butera, Orlando Hudson, and Justin Morneau made a special visit to one of the area hospitals.
Come on, let's all walk up here with Slowey.
No, we're not going to walk up here with Slowey. I've been in here before.
Hey, let's all walk with Slowey.
I've been in here before.
We got a really big dartboard.
Perfect. Is that your iPod with pink cover? I have a pink cover just like that.
And trust me, Naomi, he does have a pink cover.
He's not lying to you. I do. That's because everybody likes it.
He got a lot of pink everything.
Everybody likes it. What's wrong with that? Here you go. Yeah, man. Did you get a chance to watch any games?
I watched a couple.
Yeah? You watch more No Go Yard at all? You watch O-Dog Go Yard a couple times?
Yeah.
Sometimes. He does.
I mean, I'm looking every now and then. You know, I'm in it more than got this year, though. You know, just wait.
Yeah, you get to play all as long as you get to hit, right?
Yep, they're
What's your
pretty
favorite
good
one?
players. Probably first base.
First base? Uh-oh.
Are you just saying that?
It's a good base to play.
Yeah, you don't have to do a whole lot of running. It's nice.
I want to get the chocolate.
Who usually wins when you play with your mom? Do you usually win? You usually win?
You win the day.
You get all the way to Candyland, to Candy Castle. That's right.
King Candy?
Oh, he's all right. See, I can give him 5. Second time.
See, you
Look at that.
better than he do. You see that?
Yeah, that looks a lot better than what I did, doesn't it?
For more information on those hospital visits and all the great work the Twins do in the community, we ask you to log on to our website, foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Twins tab, and then the Twins in the Community tab. And a little bit later on tonight, Dick and Bert will show you how Ron Gardenhire supports ALS. He does a lot of great work for that organization, so stay tuned for more on that.
Well, thank you very much, Gardy. I know it's a year-round commitment for him. In the dead of winter, he's out riding a snowmobile to help raise money for ALS. Derek Barton leading off the fourth for Oakland, and Brian Dunsing now with a 1-0 lead has started in the strike one. Barton, Suzuki, and Kuzmanov here in the Oakland fourth. And that tickles the outside corner, 0-2.
A lot of times when Tim McClellan is behind the plate, he's a little bit slow with that right hand, but he'll yell it out down there.
Right away. I mean, people around home plate know whether it's a ball or a strike. That's a ball, and he has to turn to Adrian Johnson to get the final call there. Well, so far so good for Dunsing. He's given up 3 hits, but as is typical for him, they've all been singles. He does not give up many extra base hits.
A couple double plays turned behind him.
Breaking ball in the dirt.
And Dunsing's done a great job against left-handed hitters. Left-handers coming into this ball game hitting just 154. Right-handers 282. Opponents overall 235. So very good opponents batting average.
2-2. And that hit Barton's bat and then deflected off of either Maurer or Tim McClellan.
That's a good pitch right there because of the previous pitches away. So you go inner half of the plate. And Barton maybe kind of trying to get out a little bit. Just gets a piece of it and fouls it straight back.
Is that called cheating when you're a hitter?
Some guys like to dive a little bit, especially if you go away.
And a breaking ball that hits the inside corner. So Barton fans, and it's the 3rd strikeout for Brian Dunsing. Pepsi's giving away millions of dollars this year as part of their Refresh project. And you can vote today to help the Rolling Twins wheelchair softball team in Minnesota get a brand new field. Michael Kanier is the spokesperson for this great endeavor, and you can visit twinsbaseball.com. Click on the Community tab and vote for the Twins Refresh project and get the Rolling Twins a new place to play. One gone. Here's Kurt Suzuki, and he takes ball 1.
Remember that previous pitch that, Barton right there kind of went back. Well, he starts that breaking ball on the inner half of the plate. Barton takes it for strike 3. Good sequence of pitching right there by Dunsing.
One setting up the next one. 2-0. Suzuki walked in the first inning. Hit to center. Span over a few steps. Makes the catch out number 2. And that'll bring up Kuzmanov.
A second fly ball out off of Dunsing. He's been able to get 5 ground ball outs with his 3 strikeouts.
Kuzmanov with a fly ball to right, his first time up. Going to the bottom of the fourth in Chicago with the Tigers and White Sox scoreless. And Dunsing misses low, ball one. And now 2-0. Dunsing's issued just the one walk and the 3 singles. 2-1. Twins starting the night a game ahead of the White Sox and beyond the division. Not taking anything for granted, certainly, but they're 1 game behind the Texas Rangers, who are leading their division. And they're 3.5 games behind the wild card leader, Tampa Bay. And I mention that just because I think it's been a foregone conclusion that the wild card's going to come out of the East. The ground ball to left, or the left side. Valencia has it. He fires across. That's not necessarily the case. It could be both the White Sox and the Twins might find themselves into postseason play. Well, of course, as you know, on a daily basis, I witness a Bert from the Netherlands doing some crazy stuff. But in Brooklyn Park, there's another Bert from the Netherlands who's doing something a little unusual, very unique, very interesting, and Marnie Gelner has more.
Another Dutchman.
Very tender. Just be careful.
With the help of his family, Bert Bauman runs this farm in Belle Plaine almost entirely by hand.
Okay, go in there, step on the clutch.
Bert's son, Bear, enjoys helping his dad in the field.
This year I planted my first rows of corn.
He also loves watching his favorite players on the field.
Joe Mauer.
Last spring, Bert combined the 2 loves into one field in Brooklyn Park.
My favorite part's the baseball because I help mold the whole baseball there.
What I did is I draw a circle and I planted. So this area, only the stitches was planted. But this whole area, the openings here, everything was solid corn and that was hoed by hand.
Set to open September 18th, the Twin Cities Corn Maze will include everything from a petting zoo to a pumpkin slinger.
Yes, I am growing the pumpkins.
A portion of the proceeds from the maze will help the Twins Community Fund. The goal is to raise $15,000, or maybe even more.
We hope that there's a lot of people out there that can help us reach that goal and exceed that. If we can double that, I don't see it impossible, but let's see if we can do the impossible. It's definitely a corn maze. I've been spending a lot of time in this field. More hours than any farmer would spend in their own fields, that's for sure. I see a lot of people having a good time. Brings, a satisfaction, a real satisfaction is to see kids saying, oh, that was cool, we'll do that again.
Very nice.
Well, you got to appreciate that. He's still got a little bit of that Dutch accent.
Oh, yeah, he does. I thought I was at home. I thought my dad was talking to me. But Bert, nice going, and I can't wait to go out to that maze. I want to go out there and see if I can lose myself.
Yeah. And if you're wondering why
I've lost myself many times.
The corn maze, it wouldn't be the same if you had a soybean maze. You just because it only gets about 2 feet in the air, and you'd be able to see where you're going. It wouldn't be nearly as much fun. Here's Jason Kubel taking a strike. Kubel, Kadair, and Tomey, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the 4th inning. Twins have a 1-0 lead. They got a leadoff double from Casilla and turned it into a run. 1-1. Twins have actually had a couple of leadoff hits against Cahill. Span started the 1st inning with a single, got as far as second base. Pulled foul, 1-2.
You can almost see why Cahill has been so effective, the way that he's been throwing that baseball. In, out, just up and down. He's been working all 4 corners, changing speeds very well. Twins have been able to get 3 hits, like you mentioned, Dick, a couple in the 1st, and then the RBI leadoff double by, Alexi Casilla's double, and then Hudson driving him in.
But, we don't see Oakland very often. We saw him, months ago in Oakland. We saw it from Gonzalez and Cahill. It makes a huge difference, doesn't it, when pitchers use all their pitches and can throw them for strikes?
And throw them for strike. You can throw all your pitches, but can you get them over? And one thing Cahill's been able to do, again, really in his first full season with the Oakland A's.
Kubel having a lengthy battle here with Cahill, trying to get aboard to start the 4th inning.
Last year, his second season, 32 starts. He won 10 ball games, lost 13. But it's a completely different story this year. 12-4 coming into this ball game, with the second best earned run average in the American League.
Kubel getting a lot of junk from Cahill, a lot of off-speed stuff. Tapping that pitch, foul to stay alive at 1-2. Grounder rolled right at the second baseman Ellis for the first out. One gone, and Michael Cuddyer coming to the plate.
Circle Me section winners, congratulations to you. And your names are? Sean and John Matson. Congratulations, and we'll take a look at the sign after the inning.
Michael Cuddyer went down swinging his first time up to wrap up the first inning. Twins got a couple of singles, and Cuddyer had a chance to do some damage, but Cahill got him.
Cahill with 2 strikeouts, both of them coming to end the first inning of Kubel and then Cuddyer.
One and one. Twins first baseman. On a breaking ball, and might have got a hanger, and he lifted it foul.
Struck out Cuddyer in the first inning with that big breaking ball down and away. Suzuki going back out again. Just missing with that good fastball.
2-2. Second time I've seen Cahill look over his shoulder in the direction of, not that he's necessarily looking at it, but in the direction of the pitch speed indicator. There's a little pop fly down the right field line that'll be fouled. Now you'd like to think that he's not doing that, looking at the radar gun to see how fast his fastball is. That's something we do, when we played the fantasy camp games in the Dome, to see if we could get it over 50 miles per hour.
and you can.
The pitch speed is displayed here in left center over the bullpen area. There's a fastball down and in. 3-2. Thome on deck. There's the part of the display that gives the velocity of the pitch.
First 3-2 count that Cahill has found himself in, and he ends up walking Cuddyer. First walk of the ball game.
And now Thome. Thome hit a ground ball to first his first time up. Twins will face another righty tomorrow in Vin Mazzaro. They have an off day on Monday, so in all likelihood, Thome will find his way into the lineup again tomorrow, unless Mauer doesn't catch and DHs instead. 1 strike to Thome. And that floats outside, 1-1. Thome with 15 home runs on the year, 1 more than Delmon Young, 4 more than Michael Cuddyer, 2 behind Jason Kubel, and just 3 behind Justin Morneau. So as limited as his at-bats have been, you can imagine by season's end, Jim Thome actually leading this team in home runs.
He's so strong. 579 career home runs for Jim Thome. We've seen him take pitches outer half of the plate just over that 377 mark out in left field.
He remains in this ballpark the only left-handed batter to hit an opposite field home run. This one pop foul will reach the seats. So 1-2 now to the Twins DH. Kadire goes. Check swing. They're calling Thome out, and Kadire will get a stolen base on the strikeout of Thome.
Kadire getting a very good jump, and then another breaking ball down and in. Jim Thome unable to hold up. Cahill picking up strikeout number 3, but Kadire is able to get into scoring position.
That'll bring up Delmon Young. Young grounded out his first time up. When the Twins faced Cahill in Oakland, they scored 3 runs against him, and Delmon Young drove in all 3. Chopping it up the line, and that's just foul. 1 strike. You know, and Young's not hitting the ball with the authority he did in July. Usually when a hitter slumps, you'll see him get pole conscious or try to pull the ball too much, when in fact I think Delmon has done more than his fair share of hitting the ball to the opposite field. He just hasn't been driving the ball as much as he has.
Well, they've been working him a little bit different than I thought what you saw in July. A lot of pitches were down, and you know, Delmon was really dropping that barrel of the bat. Now they're pitching him up a little bit, and he's just kind of flaring it out to right field.
He'll take one of those right here,
yes,
trying to get Kadire in from second with 2 outs. And they come inside, get another foul. It blows hot and cold. You have ebbs and flows. And no one expected Delmon to hit the ball in August and September like he did in July. And the Twins just hope he can get back there again very soon. The top of the 5th in Chicago, still no score between Detroit and the White Sox. 2 strikes to Young. And he gets him on a breaking ball. Suzuki needs to throw to first. And does. 1-0 here after 4. Let's go to Anthony LaPanta.
Guys, every February, Ron Gardenhire takes part in the Blackwoods Blizzard Tour. It's a 3-day, 370-mile snowmobile tour to help raise money in the fight against ALS. And this past February, he had a special spot on the run. The field for the Blackwoods Blizzard Tour is organized into groups of 10, with veteran snowmobilers, a lead and a sweep at the front and back to ensure safety. At the kickoff event the night before the tour, Ron Gardenhire was given a title of his own, Mid-Sweep.
I can sweep. I guarantee it. I can stop traffic. I know how to raise my hands up. I know how to stop oncoming traffic. I'm good at this stuff.
I'm not really sure what the mid-sweeper's role is.
We got a good leader in Greg Sorensen that knows the trails, because if we had to rely on Gardy to get us there, I think we'd may be going south instead of north today.
There's got to be somebody in the middle that handles the middle part of the game, all right? It's kind of like, you know, you got your closer and you got your starter, but you got to have your middle relievers. They're very important, and that's me. I'm right in the middle.
We're the only group that has a mid-sweeper, and our mid-sweeper, what he does is, when we're crossing highways and stuff, he jumps out in the middle of the pack, and we'll direct our sleds across to make sure that everyone gets across the highway safe. Once we're all across, he jumps back in line, works his way back up to the middle of the pack to become that mid-sweeper.
I get a vest. That's the most important thing, a vest.
He's going to sit in the middle, and he's going to pretty much do nothing, but mostly he's just going to wear the big yellow jacket.
This is the most important part, getting the wiring.
You can't talk on the cell phone, so the iPod is the next best thing.
Okay. I got a mixture of everything, but it starts off with a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night.
The team with the mid-sweep is the last group on the trail, off and running at the 10th annual Blackwoods Blizzard Tour. Last year, the tour featured 153 riders and raised over $500,000. Former Twins Kent Hrbek and Terry Steinbach also a big part of this event. The first 11 years have now raised over $3 million. The 12th annual event takes place this coming February 2nd through the 5th. Dick and Bert.
Thank you, Anthony. Brian Dunsing pitching to Mark Ellis. First pitch missing. Second pitch grounded to Casilla. Stretch at first by Kadire, 1 away. Tonight, of course, a special commercial-free edition of Twins baseball, celebrating all the work the organization, the Twins organization, does in the community. And for more information, go to foxsportsnorth.com, click the Twins tab and the Twins in the Community tab. One gone in the fifth. Here's Rajai Davis. Davis singled, stole second, and then was picked off. As Dunsing faced just 3 batters in the second. He's faced 3 batters in every inning but the first, when he issued a 2-out walk to Suzuki. Ball 1.
Yeah, Dunsing making his 5th start. What we've seen from Brian Dunsing is his pitch count is mounting and mounting, and there's a fly ball right there to Denard Span. He should catch for the 2nd out. His first start, that coming in Baltimore, he threw 66 pitches. Then in Kansas City, he threw 83. Then Tampa, 92. His last start, he worked a career-high 7 1/3 innings. He threw 104 pitches.
2 gone. Here's Jack Cust. You talked earlier about Dunsing and how effective he's been against the left-handed batters. Now, when Liriano has been out there, we've said pretty much the same thing. He hasn't walked but 1 left-handed batter. He hasn't given up a home run. There's a little dribbler up the line.
There's another 100 trees right there.
And another 1-2-3 inning for Brian Dunsing. Harmon Killebrew has long been a contributor both on and off the field in Twins territory. Since his retirement from the game, the Twin Sluggers focused his time on many charitable endeavors. One of those dearest to the Hall of Famer has been the Miracle League. Just one look at some special kids and you'll quickly know why the Miracle League holds a special place in Harmon's heart.
The Miracle League. Baseball for children with special needs.
Okay, eye on that yellow ball.
In the Miracle League, the trip from home to first base isn't the same for every batter. And if you've ever wondered what it looks like, yeah, this is the face of honest-to-gosh joy.
Number 10, Amber Sunshine.
And if you think you know what determination looks like, well, consider this young man, Nicholas. He needs a walker just to get around. Well, until right now, when he decides to go it alone.
All right, Nicholas, hit it, man. It's all you.
It will take him a struggling, straining 45 seconds to get from third base to home plate, crawling on his hands and knees. With every inch, he makes a statement.
Well, thanks to many generous donations and the work of Harmon, 4 Miracle Fields are up and running. That's the Subway Harmon Killebrew Miracle Field in Minnetonka. And what a wonderful endeavor for Harmon. He's been involved in so many charitable efforts in Minnesota and Arizona, where he lives, back in Idaho, where he grew up. One of the great philanthropists in Major League Baseball. Danny Valencia will lead off the 5th. He hit the ball hard his first time up, lining out to Coco Crispin center. And a breaking ball in front of the plate. 2-0. Talking about Valencia's rookie season, he's certainly had an impact as the Twins have climbed back into first place, and Valencia has been a big part of that since his call-up. Bouncer to third. Backhanded play by Kuzminoff. And he throws him out, 1 down. Twins have had a lot of other rookies, Trevor Plouffe and some others, but Valencia is the one who's been in the lineup on an everyday basis.
Because he's been very steady. Came into the ballgame hitting .318. Very steady at third.
1 down. Here's Casilla, hooked a double into the right field corner, and then came around on a sacrifice bunt and sacrifice fly to score the only run of the game so far. Strike 1. Nick Punto is all but ready to come back to the active roster. The Twins have an off day on Monday. And I think the Twins, given their history, would just as soon get through tomorrow, use the off day on Monday, and then do something with Punto, and then not until then. Probably won't see J.J. Hardy either, who's missed a few games with some tendonitis in his wrist. It's a high fly to right field and a long run coming in for Davis. He's there, out number 2. Twins Community Fund supports youth baseball and softball programs throughout the upper Midwest. You can visit www.twinsbaseball.com/community for more information, or if you'd like to make a donation to the Community Fund. And the Twins' work would not be possible without fans like you. 2 gone in the 5th. Here's Denard Span.
Span in his last at bat laid down the bunt that advanced Casilla over to third, and then Orlando Hudson hit the deep fly ball to pick up the RBI, the only run so far in this ballgame.
Old foul. You know, for the longest time, the Angels had kind of the run of the division in the American League West, in part because the other 3 teams really had their act together for any extended period of time. Well, now the Rangers look like they've got their act together, and if the A's can provide some kind of a lineup around this really good young pitching staff, that's going to be an awfully competitive division. The 2-pitch hook foul.
Yeah, the A's have done this before. I mean, with the Barry Zitos and the Dan Herons and the Mark Mulders, where they put together a very good starting staff, and then they've traded some of those guys away. Some of them became free agents. But this is, again, a very young staff for Bob Guerin and Kurt Young, the pitching coach. You mentioned before the best ERA as far as combined between the starters and the relievers, but also the best starting combined ERA at 3.52. The Twins combined starters are 4.27.
Just off the corner, and it's 2-2. Inside 3-2. And a foul. Don't know what's going to happen to conclude this at bat, but this would be one of those plate appearances that could be a big boost for Span. He fell behind quickly 0-2, took some close pitches. Big part of his game when he's going good has been walks. He drew 1 last night. And would like to get on base on a more regular basis here in the final weeks of the season. He drives it to right. Davis hardly asked to move. A long at bat. Span retired. Only 3 men come to the plate here in the Twins' 5th. A 1-0 ball game. Over the past couple of years, Jason Kubel has gotten as many big hits as any other Twin. He's also been a big hit in the community. One of his main causes is Coob's Kids. And here's Robbie Ince-Mikowski.
Hi, guys. You're welcome. I can remember being in their shoes when I was playing T-ball. And, I mean, I had a blast, had a lot of fun. And, I mean, I haven't never stopped. I'm still doing it.
Part of Jason Kubel's mission as a professional athlete is not only helping the Twins win a World Series, but giving back to the Twin Cities community. In conjunction with the Twins Community Fund, Kubel has launched Coob's Kids, and it has given Twins fans the chance to play the game at a young age like he did.
I mean, if it's not for fans, then we don't have a job. So benefits. They're paying our salaries. They're coming out watching our games, buying our tickets. So to be able to give back just by not just trying to put on a show out here, but just give back, help out a little bit.
They take a lot of pride in wearing Cougs kids on their shoulders. That's really special to them. It makes it even more important. The hats are a big deal. It gets hot and sunny, and we've never had hats before, so it kind of unifies everybody. And there's a lot of kids that maybe wouldn't be able to be a part of this if it weren't for Jason.
I mean, it's with hats, uniforms. If some kids can't afford to get in a league, then they can help with that as well. And I mean, it's not just one or two things. It's whatever they need, and we're able to do that.
And in a little bit, we'll show you a part of how Justin Morneau gives back to the community. Tonight, a special commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball, celebrating all the work the organization does in the community.
You just saw that on Jason Kubel. That all that money comes out of his pocket. I mean, he's the one that put that program together. So congratulations to Jason Kubel, giving so much back to the community.
And if you'd like more information, go to foxsportsnorth.com, click the Twins tab, and then the Twins in the community tab.
I think what we're seeing today, with the commercial-free and highlighting the Twins Community Fund and what the players are doing is incredible. I mean, caring for others, good sportsmanship, commitment, and it all comes from the heart of the players.
1-2 to Chris Carter. Hitless now in 14 Major League at-bats. It's to right field, but hanging in the air for Kubel. 1 away.
Carter getting called up from AAA where he hit 27 home runs. He drove in 89 runs, but he also struck out 124 times in 424 plate appearances. They're giving Carter an opportunity to come up and hopefully, create some offense. And it's been a tough road so far, but just in his 5th Major League game.
One gone. Here's Steve Tollison, singled up the middle, his first time up. And Tollison takes his time. Tollison's first year in the Twins organization, 2005. He had 321 at Elizabethton. Just 56 at bats. Graduated to Beloit later that year, the low Class A team in the Midwest League. And he came back to Beloit in 2006. Went to Fort Myers in 2007. New Britain in 2008. It appeared he was on his way to the Twins Major League club, just the way he was moving up the ladder. But then the A's claimed him on waivers. Two and one. There's a lot of former Twin presence on this Oakland team. There's a fly to center. Span drifts back a little bit. Craig Breslow and the Twins organization pitching out of their bullpen.
Both Bonds are out there. There you go. You are hereby circling, Twin fans. Don't forget to go to foxsportsnorth.com and click on the Circle Revert tab and enter it and explain why your section should be circled for a chance to spend an inning in the broadcast booth. Winners will be announced the morning before each game on foxsportsnorth.com and kfam.com.
And Dunsing locked in. He has had a perfect second trip through the batting order after giving up 3 singles and a walk the first time through. 2 gone, strike 1 to Coco Crisp. And a line to Valencia. That'll take care of that. 73 pitches for Dunsing and 6 shutout innings. Tonight, it's a commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball, honoring the Twins organization for all their work in the community. And for more, here's Marty Gelman.
And Dick and Bert, one reason that the Twins Community Fund is so successful is because of the work groups do, like the Twins Wives organization. And 2 of the wives are here with me right now, Claudia Kadir and Andrea Tomey. First of all, Claudia, tell us, in general, what is the Twins Wives organization?
We're a group of women. Obviously, we have something in common. All of our husbands play for the Twins, and
We do a lot of fundraising for the community. We feel very fortunate that this community has welcomed us and is so good to us that we really want to give back.
And one of the ways you're giving back, Andrea, you have something going on right now with back to school supplies, backpacks for the kids. Tell us about that.
There's a school that we've partnered with in St. Paul, and all of the wives were responsible for assembling backpacks for different grades of kids that need a little bit of help getting their school supplies. So we're all going to take them over to the school on Friday, so we're really excited about that.
I've seen a couple of the things you've been involved with. One of those was Cheerful Givers, where you helped an organization, and I was part of the bag stuffing and all of the gifts you were giving to some unfortunate kids who don't get a chance to do a simple thing like open a gift. And one of the things you're working on now is a quilt as well that a Twins fan made. You're donating that. Tell us about that.
We bought this quilt from a fan, and that donation went to Make-A-Wish. So now we own this quilt, and we're going to in turn auction it off. And the money that we raise is going to go to Wadena, Minnesota. They've been hit by an F4 tornado recently. So, you know, they've just had a lot of devastation there. We're going to hopefully make a really good donation. That'll be online soon on the Twins website.
Okay, so we'll look for a picture of the quilt. The Susan G. Komen 3-day walk for a cure is also coming up. Is that next weekend, Andrea?
It is. We have a group of wives who are doing it, and Carol Gardenhire and a couple of the coaches' wives. So, yeah, we're really excited to support them and as they raise money for Susan G. Komen.
Awesome work. Andrea Tilmy and Claudia Kadir, part of the Twins Wives organization, Dick and Bert. We highlight them all year round when they do some good things, and they never stop doing good things. It's a great organization the Twins have here. Thank you to the wives. I mean, really, let's show where the support is really coming from behind these players.
Absolutely.
True.
It's much more than just the players. The wives so largely responsible for the charitable endeavors of the Twins organization involved with. Here's Orlando Hudson leading off the bottom of the sixth. He drives it to center. It's down for a hit. And the leadoff man is on against Cahill. So Hudson, who drove in the first run of the game with a sacrifice fly in the third, now gets a leadoff single in the sixth.
Hey, it looked like a breaking ball that Cahill left up, and Orlando, good extension hitting this ball into center field. The fourth hit for the Twins. So not a lot of hits here tonight for either side. Hudson picking up the fourth hit. And for the Oakland A's, only 3 hits in a ball game.
Here's Joe Mauer, a single and a ground ball to first. Twins with 3 singles and a double. The A's with just 3 singles. Hudson diving back to the bag. Hudson has stolen 7 bases in 9 tries. Outside, ball 1. And he slices a base hit to left. Hudson to second, and Mauer has a pair of singles here against Trevor Cahill.
Well, night after night, you see the great hand-eye coordination of Joe Mauer. That ball kind of in on him, and he just gets the barrel of the bat out quickly and just hits that ball the other way. Mauer's second hit of the ball game. See the inside-out swing. And a good start here to the bottom of the 6th inning for the Twins.
Kubel with a strikeout in the first, had a long at bat before bouncing out to Ellis, leading off the 4th. And through it all, Cahill's been giving him a lot of breaking stuff. There's looked like a straight change.
Yeah, good changeup right there.
Strike 1. Gavin Floyd gave Jason Kubel a lot of breaking stuff in Chicago the other night. And finally, Kubel connected on one.
Finally, he hung one. Another changeup missed low.
Well, sitting where we've been sitting, it's understandable why they would not want to throw Jason Kubel a fastball. One of the best fastball hitters on the team. And Now he takes one low. It's 2-1. See what Cahill gives Kubel here on 2-1. 2 men on base, nobody out. Another off-speed pitch, dribbled to second. And he's get a double play. Cahill with maybe the biggest pitch of his night so far, getting Kubel to bounce into a double play.
Hey, pulled the string again. Kubel a little out front, hitting it over to Ellis. And then a quick feed over to Tullinson. And the A's get a big double play. First double play for the Oakland A's here tonight. And on the play, Hudson moves over the third.
Here's Cuddyer, is struck out and walked. Cuddyer looking for his first hit of the series, trying to get Hudson in from third base. Down mid, ball one. Nice block by Suzuki. Man, he sprawled way to his right to keep Hudson at third base.
Yeah, I mentioned before, this guy behind the plate, kind of one of those guys that goes unnoticed, but very, very good defensive catcher, good offensive catcher. Guy that's out there about 140 to 50 ball games. Doesn't miss many. Nice block right there.
2-0 to Cuddyer. Driven to right field. Davis going back, and on the track he hauls it in. So the Twins get a couple of hits to start the inning. Can't finish off the rally. It's still 1-0. Let's go to Marnie Gelder.
Guys, we know it's pretty common to see a player holding a charitable golf event or a dinner to raise some money, but there's something a little bit different in the cards for Justin Morneau. In June, he held his second annual casino night. It was a safe bet for a very good cause. The game is blackjack. The attire is formal. The inspiration is 5 years old. This is Maddie, Justin Morneau's niece. She also happens to have juvenile rheumatoid arthritis.
Not too many people knew a whole lot about it and knew that kids, could get something like that.
Because of Maddie, Justin and his wife Krista were raising money for the Arthritis Foundation at their second annual casino night.
I want to thank my teammates. I think pretty much everybody's here tonight.
It does mean the world for Justin and I to be able to do something to help out Madeline and my sister and her family and other families like them.
Maddie was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis when she was 2 years old. She'll turn 6 next month and so far has managed the disease with medication, including a shot every Sunday.
On church days, I have to take pokes.
You never want to see children in pain, and to be able to make a difference, in research and just helping them cope with it and make a difference that way. It's a great position to be in, and we're very lucky to be able to do things like that.
Last year, the Morneaus raised $95,000 for their casino night. This past year, $145,000 for the Arthritis Foundation. And on June 9th, Justin Morneau continued some of his community work and visited the Ronald McDonald House near the University of Minnesota campus. He chatted with the kids there, signed autographs, posed for pictures. He even played a little wiffle ball. He met a kid there named EJ. EJ was from New Jersey, suffering from a rare skin disorder. But Justin Morneau being there, he said all that he would like to do is just provide a bright spot in one day in the life of a sick child. And most of those players all agree if there's something they can do to just help lift the spirits of one of these kids, they'll do it. That's what Justin Morneau was doing in June at the Ronald McDonald House. Dick and Bert, we continue our commercial-free game and highlighting the Twins Community Fund and the work they do in the communities and for all charities.
Well, thank you very much, Marnie. And Brian Dunsing facing Derek Barton to start the 7th. The strike, then a ball, 1-1. Check swing. Adrian Johnson says no, 2-1.
Pitch not missing by much, but I think, if there are viewers out there, you're again tonight seeing How much the Twins players give back and their wives to the community. Unbelievable. Very heartwarming.
2 and 2. You know, it's been almost a cliche, I guess, over the last 8-10 years in particular, that other teams want to do things the Twins way. Here's a drive foul. But part of the Twins way is what we've displayed here tonight. Having players going above and beyond their call of duty to get involved and stay connected in the community. And it might be nice if every professional sports team in the 4 major sports would follow the Twins model in their community involvement. 2 and 2 to center, hit right at Denard Span. Looks like it might have knuckled a little bit out there. 1 away.
Well, we got a pitcher's duel here so far in the 3rd inning. It was Alexi Casilla with a leadoff double. Span's job, get him over, and then Orlando Hudson's job, get him in. And that's the only run so far in this ballgame. Both starters have pitched outstanding. Trevor Cahill, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Brian Dunsing, 7 in the 3rd innings right now, is a not allowed hit since the 3rd inning. He's retired 11 straight Oakland A's.
He's got 19 outs. This is his 80th pitch. Ball 1. Suzuki walked in the first, the only walk issued by Dunsing, and then he hit a fly ball to Span. Two and 0.
Dunsing making his 5th start. This is just his 14th major league start.
3-0. Kuzminov on deck.
He's done a very good job as a starter. Between last year and this year, combined 7-1, 2.92 earned run average in his first 13 major league starts. He's pitching a gem so far.
On the outside corner. Moving into the starting rotation when Nick Blackburn was first moved to the bullpen, then to Rochester. Blackburn and his wife expecting a baby here any hour. Ron Gardenhire saying that Blackburn will make at least one more start in Rochester after the baby comes, and then will be reevaluated, see what the needs are at the major league level. 1 out walk to Suzuki. Kuzminov to the plate. You can celebrate 50 seasons of Twins baseball and help the Twins Community Fund at the same time. Local artist Carl Yeager compiled 50 years of Twins memories in a commemorative print that's a limited edition piece of work. Visit the community section at twinsbaseball.com to order, and with each print sold, the Twins Community Fund will receive the proceeds.
Dunsing's been able to get a couple double plays, but here Kuzminov gripping on the first pitch and lining it out to Kubala in right field for the 2nd out.
20 outs, 85 pitches, and here's Mark Ellis. A couple of ground balls to the left side for Ellis. Tigers and White Sox are tied at 1 in the 6th inning in Chicago.
Good little off-speed pitch right there to get strike 1. Again, Dunsing faced the Oakland A's last year, shut them down for 7 innings. Ended up winning 8-0. And so far, 6 2/3 innings of shutout baseball here against the A's.
1-1.
Twins lead the series over Oakland 3-1. All 4 games have been decided on 1 run, and Twins since the All-Star break are 20-8. Playing very good baseball.
1-1 to Mark Ellis. Driven to left. Delman Young is there for the catch. A one-out walk, couple of lineouts wrap up the 7th inning. 1-0 Twins. Let's go to Anthony LaPanta.
Well, the Twins have a beautiful new facility in which to play this season here at Target Field, but not everybody has a chance to play in such a perfect ballpark. But the Twins are trying to help out baseball players and softball players all around Twins territory with their Fields for Kids program. It provides financial support to improve baseball and softball facilities for youth in the upper Midwest and in Southwest Florida. They will match your grant anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 since its inception in 1999. The program has granted more than $1.6 million to improve 425 ball fields. The Twins are also sponsoring a reading program, the Cub Foods Reading Program. Kids 14 and under can register for the reading program at participating Cub Foods. All participating Minnesota middle school students achieving perfect attendance in the months of March through June get 2 free tickets to a Twins game. Perfect attendance and a perfect game. And Target Back to School weekend is coming up in partnership with Target Corporation. The Twins donate and help encourage the public to donate school supplies at Twins games and Target stores. Another education program is the Diamonds and Dreams Scholarship. This year's winners being congratulated by Michael Kadire. Every year, the Twins give out scholarships for upper Midwest youth who have played baseball or softball. More than $50,000 have been distributed since 2008. We have much more to come on this commercial-free broadcast tonight, celebrating all the ways the Twins take part in the community, including the Twins Community Fund. Twins, one of the best, and their players certainly big-time supporters of it. For more information, go to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Twins tab, and then the Twins Community tab. Guys, coming up later, we'll take a look at how Michael Kadire is trying to help get a new ballpark for the Rolling Twins.
Thank you, Anthony. Trevor Cahill to face Jim Thome to start the home half of the 7th. And Thome checks his swing and takes ball 1. Thome, Young, and Valencia facing Cahill, who has been almost as good as Brian Dunsing tonight.
93 pitches for Cahill, 60 up in strikes. He's been changing speeds as well as Brian Dunsing has.
This really has been fun to watch for me. As a former pitcher, this must really be fun to watch for you. 2 young guys who really are very, very sharp tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're pitching. I think we saw Liriano in Chicago. He really became a pitcher in that ball game there. And last night we saw Carl Pavano, and he admitted he didn't have his best stuff, but he pitched good enough to get a win. Here tonight, 2 young guys, Brian Dunsing and Trevor Cahill. They've both pitched outstanding here so far. Dunsing 88 pitches and 7 shutout innings.
2-2 to Thome, who struck out his last time up. And every once in a while, not often, but every once in a while, Cahill has that breaking ball spin out of his hand wildly. 3-2. And a called third strike. A fastball at the knees over the inside corner, 1 away.
And Cahill picking up strikeout number 5 in the ball game.
So 1 gone, and Delmon Young to the plate.
You see Suzuki right there sitting, and the ball right there. Good pitch.
Young 0 for 2 against Cahill tonight, but 3 for 7 against him in his handful of at-bats. Ball 1.
I'd say hello to Joey Nile. Joey Nile from Mobridge, South Dakota. He's currently getting chemotherapy in St. Paul. And Joey, I know you're listening to the ball game. Stay strong, buddy.
Fouled away. And it's 1-1. Twins got their run in the 3rd after Casillas' leadoff double. And in the 6th, a pair of singles to start the inning, but Cahill did a great job getting a double play ball off the bat of Jason Kubel and then got out of the inning. 2-1 to Delmon Young. Bouncer to short. Steve Tollison over to Derek Barton, 2 away. They'll bring up Valencia. Valencia 0 for 2. He did sting the ball pretty hard his first time up in the second inning, lining out to the center fielder, Crisp. Talking about some of the other rookies, and even though Brandon Bosch has really struggled for the Tigers, you'd have to consider him the favorite to be the Rookie of the Year. And I wonder if that isn't one of the considerations for the Tigers. They've debated internally, apparently, about whether to send him down to see if he can rediscover his hitting stroke at Toledo. A liner to center, and Valencia gets a hit. A 2-out single here in the 7th. But you wonder if in doing that they might not cripple his chances of being the Rookie of the Year winner.
I don't know if they are really concerned about whether he gets the Rookie of the Year. They want to find that swing he had once before. Yeah, there's a good swing right there by Danny Valencia, taking that ball right up the middle. Twins get their 6th hit of the ball game.
Valencia with 1 steal in his only try. Casilla at the plate. Tigers and White Sox going to the 7th, tied at 1. Up and away, ball 1.
Mike Breslow starting to loosen up as Cahill pitch count now at 105.
Just off the plate, 2-0. Roller to the right side. Nice pickup by Ellis, and he throws him out. Good range by Mark Ellis. Going to his left to retire the side.
Yeah, nice defensive play right there by Ellis, going way to his left, and then a little spin around to get the speedy Casilla out in the bottom of the 7th.
A couple of weeks ago, the Twins spent an evening focused on balls and strikes of a different kind. They were bowling for a good cause, and Marty Gellner was there.
When it comes to bowling, Orlando Hudson does not lack confidence.
I'm definitely a great bowler. Whatever I touch turn to gold. So I definitely, I would bowl. But next year, if I'm back here, I assure you that I'll bowl about a 350. Yeah.
Denard Span is a little more humble.
I'm still terrible at bowling, too. Last time I bowled was in spring training, and I'm embarrassed, really, to tell you my score. It wasn't even triple digits. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Together, Span and Hudson hosted the inaugural Twins and Pins Charity Bowling Classic at Brunswick Zone in Brooklyn Park. Teammates were there to show their support. Even injured pitcher Joe Nathan, bowling left-handed. Some of the money raised at the event will benefit the Autism Society of Minnesota.
Well, I had a little cousin who was born with autism, so I was very well connected with autism since I've been in high school. Back home, the kids don't get a lot of love and they don't get to do too much, so the kids want to hug and be treated like everybody else be treated.
Hudson and Span hope this will become an annual event, and they were thrilled with the turnout.
This is unbelievable. I don't know. I might think that the Minnesota fans love me just a little bit.
Minnesota, I would like to thank you. Thank you for all the support and love that you're showing us today at the games, the stadium, and now for the bowling event. It's been a great turnout. Thank you all so much.
It was my pleasure to be a part of that event, and boy, what a great turnout. It was elbow to elbow people, just a tremendous turnout. 2 other charities benefited from that event. Friends of St. Paul Baseball and the Catch Foundation, curing autism through change and hope. Ground ball hit at Casilla, and quickly Davis is retired, and Dunsing quickly gets it out here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, nice play by Casilla. Because of David's speed, he has to come in and get it on that short hop and then get it quickly over to Kadire. Well, nice first pitch out right there. Nice defense by Casilla.
One gone in the 8th, and on a night when before the game, Ron Gardenhire declared, no Jesse Crane tonight, no Matt Guerrero tonight. Boy, if we can get through it without using Matt Capps tonight, that'd be great too. Here it is, 89 pitches into the night, and the Twins have 5 outs to go to get a win. And strike one to Jack Cust. Cust struck out in the 2nd, hit a ground ball to Cuddyer in the 5th. Not the 9th inning, just the 8th inning, but still the Twins want to do what they can to cut down an extra base hit. Cuddier's glove is almost draped over the foul line down the right side. Low, and it's 2-1.
Well, we've seen from Jack Cust, if he gets a fastball, he will swing hard. And the Twins do not want to get him an extra base hit down that right field line on the ground.
Breaking ball gets a foul pop and strike 2. Cust, the 7th place hitter for Oakland. Strike 3, out number 2.
And strikeout number 4 for Dunson.
Robbie Smikowski has got a rundown of what's happening in our postgame show.
We have a great postgame show. It's Quest Twins Live, and we're going to discuss many topics tonight. We'll talk about the Twins' community efforts tonight following this ballgame and what a great job they have done in the community. We are going to have an instructional involving rundowns and how you run people down. Michael Cuddyer did a great job early in the ballgame blocking first base in a rundown. Plus, we'll bring you Gardy's postgame press conference. What does Gardy think of Brian Dunsing's performance tonight? He'll tell us about it on Twins Live following the ballgame, Dick.
Thank you, Robbie. 2 gone. Here's Chris Carter. Carter lifts it high and fairly deep to center. Span started in, now back, makes the catch, and another 1-2-3 inning. 8 shutout innings for Brian Dunsing. What a night for the Twins lefty, Marnie.
And Dick, as we celebrate the baseball game, we're also celebrating the Twins in the community tonight. We want to let you know that Pepsi is giving away millions of dollars this year as part of the Pepsi Refresh Project. The idea is to give a grant away to a program that will make this world a better place. What a concept, huh? The Twins are one of 15 major league teams that are vying for the grant. It is $200,000. And the Twins' cause is the Rolling Twins wheelchair softball team. The spokesman for Minnesota is Michael Cuddyer.
Right now, these kids are playing in a parking lot, practicing in a parking lot, playing their games in a parking lot. And it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair or you can run the bases, you deserve to play on a baseball field. And this grant, if we were to win, would allow them to build a baseball field for these kids to play baseball on.
This is the parking lot Cuddyer is talking about. It's in Brooklyn Park. This is the current field for the Rolling Twins. Delman Young stopped by to check it out.
People care about them, we like to try to treat all our fans, and just because they're disabled doesn't mean they can't have fun out here playing sports and everything. They got a lot of sports going on with basketball, hockey, and softball, and so they can have just as much fun as we can.
To get involved, you can go to twinsbaseball.com, click on the community page, and then the Twins Refresh Project. And we'll get this Twins team, this Rolling Twins team, a new field and a new place to play. The voting for this ends on Tuesday. The Pepsi Refresh Grant, a great cause for a great team. And coming up a little bit later, we'll let you know how Joe Mauer helped raise some money for the Friends of St. Paul program. So Dick and Bert continuing on to celebrate the Twins in the community. Go to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Twins tab, and then on the Twins in the community tab, see all the great work this team is doing.
Well, thank you, Marnie, for all the updates throughout this very special day. I mean, we're involved in the Twins organization pretty deeply and intimately, but still, when you see all these different endeavors strung together, it's kind of a nice refresher course, even for us, how committed these people are to the Twins community.
Well, it all starts with that man right there, and also the front office. I know in spring training when I came back, back in 1970, they didn't do what they did in, say, 85. I know my first spring training coming back with 86, but they kind of had a meeting with everybody and wanted everybody to find out what their favorite charity is. How can you get involved? And it really starts in spring training, and it carries right into the season. Well, Greg Breslow coming into the ballgame, making his 55th relief appearance. Great job by Trevor Cahill. He worked the first 7 innings. Allowed only 1 run, but he finds himself down 1-0.
Span, Hudson, and Mauer to face Greg Breslow, former teammate who was with the Twins at the beginning of last year. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Breslow pitched well for the Twins. And then last year did well for Oakland, but this year he's really been good. Just 37 hits in 52 innings. A sub-200 opponent batting average.
Yeah, last year in May, the Twins tried to send him down. Oakland claimed him off waivers from the Twins.
They said at the time they've been after Breslow for a long time. The Twins were able to claim him first from the Red Sox. And Breslow a big part of what the Twins got done in 2008. And they tried to get him down to Rochester and bring him back, and it didn't work. There's a drive to the left field corner. A long run, and Carter can't make the play. Span has second. He will hold up there. And maybe a lesson learned from the other night.
Oh, that play right in front of Span right there. The play in Chicago, he was behind him. He thought he could make it off to third to lead off the ball game. Right here, Carter chases after it, and then leaping, trying to make a great catch, just comes up a bit short. Gets the ball back in, so a leadoff double for Span. You can see just barely, almost making a great catch. But Span gets his second hit on his 18th double.
And here's the veteran Hudson, who will try to move Span up a base. Corner infielders are up.
Yeah, no action in the Twins bullpen, so Brian Dunsing would like to go into the 9th inning with that shutout, but also maybe with a 2 or 3-0 lead. 95 pitches for Dunsing.
Hudson has dropped down 3 sacrifices. He takes strike 1 in the first offering from Breslow. Swinging away. The last night we saw the Twins do the suicide squeeze in Chicago. There was a situation like this involving who was at the plate. It might have been Casilla, and the Twins did not. With someone down on the bottom of the order, the Twins did not even try to sacrifice bunt the runner from second to third.
Again, Ron Gardenhire, managers play hunches right here.
And Hudson takes down and in a ball. In fact, it was Casilla's double in the 7th inning. Span was at the plate against Gavin Floyd, and Floyd struck him out. And Span will try to advance, and he is safe! Adrian Johnson calling him safe, and here comes Bob Karen. Span hardly ever slides in head first, but he did here and is ruled safe at third.
Dangerous play by Denard Span taking off when that ball is hit to his right. Collinson, good throw over to Kuzman off at third. So you want a lot of times have the ball hit behind you, but Span diving on the infield side. It sure looked like he got his right hand on the bag. Take another look right here.
Yeah, he did. It was pulled off. I think Adrian Johnson got it right.
Oh, there's going to be a closer look right there.
Oh.
Yeah, missed him. See, actually tagged underneath his arm.
Look at Span doing the breaststroke back to the bag. So not a good base running play by Span, but it works out for the Twins. First and third, nobody out, and Maurer at the plate. Maurer with a pair of singles, and the infield is going to come in here with Maurer at the plate, Kubel on deck. In this case, first base isn't open, but second base is open. So we'll see how they pitch to Maurer, how aggressively they pitch to him with Kubel on deck. And there's ball one. And at some point, if it gets to 2-0, we might just see him go ahead and walk Maurer to force or bring up a force situation at every base. One and 0 to Maurer. To left field. Carter going back off the base of the wall. Hudson held at first. He'll only get to second. Maurer nearly overran him. A run comes in. It's 2-0.
Boy, Joe Maurer gave that ball a ride right there. He thought that Breslow got that ball up, and he hit it sharply over the head of Carter out in left field. Well, Maurer picks up his third hit of the ball game. A line drive. Carter realizes he can't catch up to it. It hits the base of the fence and stops. And Orlando Hudson, he thought that for sure that's a fly ball. He's going to tag up and maybe go to second. Instead, Hudson moving to second. Span scores, and it's a 2-0 Twins lead.
Still nobody out. Kubel at the plate. Takes a fastball, strike one.
You see Carter right there kind of holding up, but I think he was holding up because he knew he couldn't catch it. Then he wanted to play the carom off the wall, but instead it hit the base of the wall and died right there. So Maurer picking up his 63rd RBI of the year on his third hit of the ball game.
And Suzuki digs out a pitch, 1-1. So 3 hits for Maurer.
Oh, and that's a big RBI right there. That's a big run. If it's a 1-0 ball game, now it's a 2-0 ball game. And again, nobody in the Twins bullpen up.
Remember when Dunsing pitched his game against the Indians, and he was in trouble early on a lot. Did give up the 4 early runs, but he hung with it and got the Twins into the 8th inning. And Michael Cuddyer said, you know, that's the sign of a big-time pitcher right there, to get through the rough spots early and give your team some innings. Well, there haven't been any rough spots to speak of here tonight. He's just gone out and pitched a whale of a ball game.
And he knew going into the ball game, Dunsing had to be on because his mound opponent was hotter than heck in Trevor Cahill.
1-2 to Kubel.
Dunsing sitting and watching and say, hey, 2 more runs wouldn't hurt me at all. 95 pitches in 8 innings for Dunsing.
And Kubel on strikes for the first out of the inning. Now Breslow will take his chances here against Michael Cuddyer. Faced Breslow one time. Breslow got him. Big spot here with 2 men aboard. As the Twins look for some more breathing room in the bottom of the 8th. Bouncer to third. Kuzmanov to second out there. Relay to first, a double play. So Span's double and eventually Maurer's single make it a 2-0 ball game. One of the charities Joe Maurer works closely with is the Friends of St. Paul Baseball. This spring, Joe held a golf tournament to help raise funds for this organization.
to try to raise money to help renovate ball fields in St. Paul and around the metro area. So the Friends of St. Paul Baseball, and they put lights on like Dunning Field, fields like that I grew up playing. Over the years, we've been able to raise a lot of money, and it's fun to come out here and see a lot of people from growing up. Well, it's fun, guys are coming out supporting me, and this is great. I see a lot of new or old faces that I grew up with, and it's a fun event to come out to. I think it's great. I think we've done a great job over the years. Guys getting out in the community and where we live and play. Guys coming out here supporting me. Just saw a couple of them, Nick and Maddie, and it's been great over the years. And we're in a good spot to be able to do some good things. And guys out in our ball club are willing to do that.
It's a pretty sweet golf swing too, isn't it? Friends of St. Paul Baseball, dedicated to enhance baseball within the city of St. Paul. They raise money to get better fields, better facilities, and other support. And within that, you saw Brian Dunsing getting some high fives, and he's going to get even more high fives if he can finish off this shutout here tonight. Tonight, a special commercial-free edition of Twins Baseball, celebrating all the work the Twins do in the community. And for more information, go to foxsportsnorth.com. Click the Twins tab and the Twins in the Community tab. So here's Dunsing, who has given up just 3 hits, but none since the 9th batter he faced way back in the 3rd inning. He's walked 2 guys. He has faced, to this point, 2 men over the minimum.
Yeah, single in the first by Coco Crisp, a single by Davis in the 2nd inning, and then a single by Collinson in the 3rd. That's been it. 2 walks for Brian Dunsing, 4 strikeouts, 95 pitches, 54 have been strikes.
So Jason Repko in right field for Jason Kugel. Steve Collison will lead off the 9th. Collison has one of the 3 hits. In fact, he's the guy who got the last Oakland hit against Brian Dunsing. First pitch popped up short center. Bernard Span calling for it. 1 away on Dunsing's 96th pitch.
Well, Dunsing just making his 14th Major League start. Boy, he's been everything that the Twins wanted here tonight. Gardy saying he wanted a starter to go deep into the ball game. Well, if you go a complete game, is that deep enough? Good pickoff right there of Davis. Got Dunsing out of an inning.
Coco Crisp with 1 gone in the 9th. And that officially the 97th pitch now for Brian Dunsing. Crisp single to start the ball game, was doubled off in the next at bat. One and 0. The former closer for the Twins, John Roush, might slide into that role in case anything mounts here in the 9th. 1-1 to Crisp. Fly ball, center field. Playable for Span. 2 down.
Well, Brian Dunsing, who signed with the Twins back in 2005. In the minor leagues, he made 101 minor league starts. He had 3 complete games, 1 minor league shutout. Well, he got a chance right here in his 14th major league start to pitch a shutout.
Over 40,000 fans here at Target Field, and every last one of them standing.
Remember, this is his first start here at Target Field.
And missing low with a breaking ball to Derek Barton. And 2-0.
Well, this is where that added run in the bottom of the 8th inning is so important. You know, I won 15 1-0 ball games. I'll tell you what, you're out there, and if you can get an extra run here or there, but sometimes you don't get it.
Popped up, it's a foul ball, and it'll reach the seats. Unless it hits a speaker. Whoop, that's the field attack. 2-1. Strike 2.
Twins with 9 shutouts on the year, 2 complete game shutouts by Carl Pavano.
Bouncer right side. That took a bad hop. Cuddyer stayed with it. A terrific 3-hit shutout for Brian Duensing.
Well, the Twins needed somebody to go deep into the ballgame. What a job. Hugs all around for Brian Duensing. A great job. His first major league shutout.